one, fire.
Good evening and welcome to Anime Analyst-US. I am your host, Thomas Fry.
And I'm Ossan Newbie.
And Hussein's volume is down really low. We can't hear you, so crank up the volume a little bit there, buddy. All right, starting with tonight's video is the Ossan Newbie Adventurer. Trained to death by the most powerful party and became invincible. We have a Superman anime on our horizon. All right, this thing was premiered summer of 2024. It was 12 episodes long. Studio was Yamata Company. It was sourced from a light novel, which we always say is the best way to do an anime. And the genre is an action adventure with a fantasy aspect. It's rated PG-13 for violence, sexual innuendos, and the like. So it carries a score of 7.38, which, let me tell you, for this reviewer, that's a little high. At least in my opinion. I did not expect it to be high. It's ranked 2400. And even the popularity is up at 1930 with 120,000 fan club members. So you would have thought it would have done a little better. So let's get right to this. My overall my overall objectivity of looking at this anime as a whole, I was a little bit disappointed. It basically was 7 episodes of fighting and 1 episode of explanations. And it took 4 episodes to get 1 episode of explanation. You got, about 8 minutes of explanation in each anime, but you had to watch all 4 to get 1 explanation. I was a little disappointed in this. I see where people like it because it's a knockdown, drag-out brawl that they're beating the hell out of each other so much it broke the Colosseum in half. Or many more pieces, for that matter. I didn't understand how parts of the Coliseum were falling down on the field. It was an open Coliseum. It would have fallen away, but that's my collegiate mind telling me this don't work this way. But hey, if that's how the writer wrote it, that's how it happened. What do you think of this one, Hassan?
Okay, so I think I have too many questions and I'm missing the story in this one. Like you know me, I like the animes which has fighting and the things like that. But it's hard to follow how they are going, how much is he powerful? Like when they tell the backstory, I think he's more powerful than the S-class adventures that's training him because he ended the dragon with a single punch. But then he goes for the training with them for 2 years and forgot about that he killed the dragon, and he is freaking out about a E-class test.
Yeah.
He cannot do any of this thing.
He walks out back, kills the dragon, and walks in and freaks out about the lowest possible. 12-year-olds take this test to become adventurer, or 15, whatever it is in this anime. Usually it's 12 or 15-year-olds. That's that test. And yeah, after killing dragons and all that, he was afraid of that. It's at some point you think he would build from that no confidence character that they started him as. But man, they really took the I lost my confidence and it ain't in my back pocket. It must have been in my other wallet that I left at the house 3 years ago, because I don't think he ever he beat Bronston in the end and still had no confidence.
Yeah, like he's like in the fight with the girl who thought like he was bullying his brother, and when she is using like the lightning strike, and for him it's like it's really small, like he can see that she is coming and he easily dodges like there, and then he still didn't understand like he can stop that, and then he had a create a good hole in the ground when she tried to stop that girl, and still like he is confused for the next thing.
Yeah. It's I don't, and I honestly, it was one of those. Now it's been a couple weeks since I watched the last episode, and to me, if I like an anime, let alone love one, if I even just like one, I'll remember it for to where you and I will be talking about it 6 months later. You'll ask a question, I'll be like, "Oh yeah, that's in episode 3, about halfway through." I mean, I don't forget where stuff is, and I forgot the reason that they were chasing down these little crystals. It took me a minute to remember that. All right, they got involved into this fight thing to get the crystal that's on the belt, even though they had a thief in the party. You're adventurers. You got a thief in the party. If you need something, go get it. So they went on this multi-directional fight, which Renette is one of the strongest fighters in that group, even though she's got and she didn't take, a direction. It was mainly Bronston and himself, and didn't Angelica go with them and take one of the directions that they were going, so they all could get in this fight to make sure somebody got to the final so they could get this belt. Do you remember if that was shame on me for coming on the review? Normally I would have to go and refresh and stuff, but this one just, it didn't tickle my fancy, so I was not that steamed about hurrying up, and we got the new fall 2024 season that just came out, so we're getting a lot of the new stuff. I got to write a lot of individual reviews on it, and this one just was not memorable. I wouldn't. What would, out of 1 to 10 on the scores that we use? That's where they get these numbers. Where would you have scored this one at?
I would say like 5.5.
Okay, I was gonna say 575, 580, somewhere around there. I think it's the fighting aspect that got this thing over the 7 score, because you get a lot of people that don't really care about the story. They like the fights. I'm an MMA fan. I love to go and watch the fights, and I really don't care about all the rest of the fluff that's going on around, because when I went to go see fights, they were in Vegas, and there was always something else going on around in the fights, and I didn't care about them. I was there to watch the fights, and I didn't like it. They leave you 20 minutes between each fight. They got to clean the ring and all this stuff, but this anime was it was fights beginning to end. And I think this guy, by episode 6 or 7, he was the world's strongest. The rest of it was just proving it. You know what I mean? Getting into enough fights with enough people to prove that he was the strongest, even though he was so scared and had to be pushed into the arena almost every single time. At some point when you win a fight, you're gonna walk in on your own, right?
Like they show that thing in his E-class test, like when he's acing all the tests, like he even break the ball which Mayal Dhamana, but like they thought like he don't have anything. Like they are, and so it is
Yes.
like that.
I'm with you on that one. So let me get into our special thing. Don't forget, October 18th, we have our app talk show. We're going to reshoot it because we forgot to, oh my God, shame on us. We forgot to add Mal into it. So I want to apologize to my anime list, and we will go back and go through them. We'll go through them a little quicker this time to make sure we can get it. But don't forget to check that out at 7 p.m. on October 18th. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and please comment. You can holler at us, or you can make fun of us, or you can ask us a question, or mention a anime you'd like reviewed. Just hit it in the comments and let us know. But as far as that goes, we will see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. Be here or be square.